Heritage Action Zones are 4-year heritage-led regeneration schemes. They're funded by Historic England and a lead partner. In our case, that's East Suffolk Council. Heritage Action Zones use the historic environment as a catalyst for change and make our high streets more vibrant by investing in local culture, historic buildings, public spaces, community initiatives and updating policy. The post office is a prominent building in the high street which dates from the 1880s and was extended at the turn of the century and again in 1909. It's a really prominent building which was vacated by the post office in 2017 and subsequently purchased by East Suffolk Council. The HAZ completed award-winning conservation repairs to the exterior of the listed building, including replacement of the roof tiles, repairs to 49 sash windows, extensive stone and mortar repairs, cleaning of the frontage, as well as reinstating the original ground floor windows and entrance.
The materials that we use, they're specifically chosen so that they will help prevent the deterioration of the building. They have their own challenges in terms of they could be more difficult to source. There's a lack of skill, people who can actually do the work because it is a very different skill, but ultimately it's really satisfying.
We've been really keen to invest in Lowestoft as part of our nationwide High Street Heritage Action Zones programme. It's a nationwide programme, as I say, that's investing in town centres across England, but in Lowestoft it's actually the second time we've worked here, working with the council and other partners to make sure that heritage is a real benefit. And we've been really pleased to invest in Lowestoft and help to bring shop fronts back to life, to have a real community vibrant programme of activities going on so that we can help with Lowestoft's great plans for ensuring the future, and that heritage is part of that.
More than 25 commercial units have been awarded funding to improve their appearance. This has ranged from minor repairs and redecoration to large-scale reinstatement projects.
Well, commercially it wouldn't have been viable to bring the buildings back to the glorious standard that they are without the grant. Now everybody's talking about them and the area, and it's brought life back to South Lowestoft, and hopefully that will be a sign and everybody else will want to do their shops to the same standard. The HAZ scheme has been very helpful, the staff were very good and it was a very easy process.
We received extra funding from Historic England that enabled us to work with local cultural providers to deliver an array of cultural activities to increase participation. The High Street Fest was a wonderful spectacle, something unexpected that formed part of the HAZ, and Farrow the Fox navigated down the town centre with a wonderful parade of local groups and performers. With sound, music and dance, it kick-started the First Light festivities and brought people out to the streets and helped the HAZ reach new audiences. Our cultural programme enabled residents to connect closer to their local heritage, exploring seaside traditions, 1940s, decades weekends, consequences of flooding and climate change, and the coming of the railway, and so much more. Our cultural providers delivered a range of engagement opportunities, from working with school children to older people, volunteers and wider audiences, with their learning and engagement showcased in plays, poetry, interpretation and artwork. The activities also helped animate spaces like promenades and retail spaces, helping drive footfall and support local business.
I've really enjoyed all the projects that the local community have got involved with, such as the First Lights parade last year and the 1940s event. I have really seen a shift in people's perspective of these events and the community engagement, and I can't wait for the future ahead.
We've listened to local voices to provide opportunities for communities to steer the direction of the HAZ and be actively involved in the scheme. We've delivered training, hosted events in the High Street, informed new policy documents, as well as worked with community groups wanting to improve the appearance of public spaces and help green the High Street.
This group was set up in 2022. We were approached by HAZ and asked if we would be interested in working alongside of them. The artist Catalina was awarded the commission and she carried out 5 workshops within Kirkley. The mural had been painted. We then took over the gardens.
The legacy of the Heritage Action Zones will be seen for years to come. It's an exciting time for Lowestoft. Aside from delivering the second phase of work to transform the old post office into a landmark gallery and studio space, we have plans to regenerate the seafront through improvements to Royal Plain and Royal Green. It's one of 5 major development projects to benefit from town fund investment.
Lowestoft is a place with heritage at its heart, and the Heritage Action Zones have been fantastic schemes which have protected and celebrated the rich architecture, history and culture of the town. They've set the precedent for future development and supported the local community to deliver initiatives with a legacy.